Mike Pompeo is reaching out to American allies in the wake of what Washington says were Iranian attacks Thursday on two commercial oil tankers. On CBS's Face the Nation, Pompeo said a U.S. military deployment remained among the options that could be considered to ensure safe oil transport in the Middle East. CBS News' Meg Oliver has more on the reaction to the tanker attacks.
Secretary of State Mike Pompeo says he's reaching out to U.S. allies after attacks on two oil tankers near the Strait of Hormuz.
We are going to work to build out a set of countries that have deep vested interest in keeping that strait open to help us do that.
Pompeo says he's confident the U.S. can take unspecified actions to restore deterrence against Iran, which the U.S. blames for the explosions.
You say a full range of options. Does that include a military response?
Of course. Of course, the president will consider everything we need to do.
Arkansas Republican Senator Tom Cotton says a retaliatory military strike is warranted.
The fastest way to get the fire and fury of the U.S. military unleashed on you is to interfere with the freedom of navigation on the open seas and in the air. That's exactly what Iran is doing in one of the world's most important strategic choke points.
House Intelligence Committee Chairman Adam Schiff cites the Trump administration's move last year to quit the Iran nuclear deal and impose economic sanctions.
The whole idea that somehow through this pressure campaign, we were going to force Iran to capitulate and say, okay, we'll come back to the table, we'll give up everything, was naive, dangerously naive in the first place. And this is what our allies are reacting to.
Democratic presidential candidate Pete Buttigieg urged U.S. officials to defuse the situation.
This is not inconsistent with Iranian behavior that has been aggressive and often malignant in the region. The real question is, what can we do, given the facts on the ground, to ensure a measured response that will de-escalate rather than inflame tensions in the region?
The U.S. has been speeding up deployment of the USS Abraham Lincoln Aircraft Carrier Strike Group, and it's bolstering missile defenses in the area. Meg Oliver, CBS News, New York.
Now, according to the U.S. Energy Information Administration, 16% of U.S. petroleum products came from Persian Gulf countries last year, while many Asian nations rely much more heavily on oil from the region. In other world news, in Hong Kong, the outrage is not letting up. Around 2 million opponents were back on the streets today demanding the city's leader resign. She supports an extradition bill that would send people to China to face trial in an uncertain future. Romney Incencio is there.
Consumed by anger and clad in black, a crush of protesters marched through Hong Kong again today, denouncing the government and, by extension, Beijing. They're furious with their leader, Chief Executive Carrie Lam, handpicked by China's communist leaders.
We're now in the thick of Hong Kong's Black March. The route is so clogged, so many people have come out. We're moving in fits and starts, as you can see right now. But you can also see the people are defiant, they're angry, they're holding all these placards, and they're saying, Carrie Lam, the Chief Executive, resign.
Pause and think.
On Saturday, she hit the pause button indefinitely on controversial extradition legislation, which could send people into China's dubious legal system. Violence Wednesday forced the government to backpedal. Police were accused of using excessive force. Several dozen people were hurt. A protester hanging a banner fell to his death on Saturday night, adding to the outrage. Today, citizens paid their respects before joining the masses.
Do you think this will have an effect?
I'm not quite sure if we can do anything to affect the decisions of the government, but I just understand if we do nothing today, so nothing will be changed in the future.
After sunset, Carrie Lam did apologize, but only on paper. And as you can see, the crowds here have only gotten bigger and they've only gotten more resolute.
Back here in Montana, details on a major drug bust in Ronan where children were being exposed to dangerous drugs. 7 people were arrested this past Friday as part of this narcotics investigation. The Ronan Police Department reports that during the course of a narcotics investigation, officers learned of 2 residences in the city where children were being exposed to dangerous drugs. Now, Ronan officers served 2 residential search warrants on Friday as part of the operation with the assistance of several other agencies. Inside of one of the residences, Ronan Police Canine Zandora found drugs and heroin, methamphetamine, and cash. 4 people in the residence were arrested on drug and child endangerment charges. Police say an infant who was inside the home was removed by authorities. Now, methamphetamine, marijuana, and drug paraphernalia were found in a second residence. 3 adults were arrested on drug and criminal child endangerment. Tribal and state CPS removed 2 small children from that residence who are now safe. Turning now to weather with Rob Griggs. Today was a nice Father's Day in the morning, and are things kind of turning?
Well, you know, I thought we'd have more showers in the Billings area.
Yeah.
There have been some rain showers and thunderstorms across the region. We'll probably see a few more of those tonight, to be honest with you, and that's going to be an occurring event over the next several days in the afternoon. But let me show you what happened up on the Beartooth Pass. Beartooth Basin skiing. Yeah, it's June, it's Father's Day, and Rick McGarvey was up with family and friends doing that thing. You know, those crazy people up there on the pass. What are they doing skiing? It's almost summertime. Summer's on Friday, actually. Summer is going to be one of the cooler days this week with showers. Meanwhile, Jeffrey Ryderer out in Paradise Valley captured this gorgeous picture right after the storm as one of those little thunderstorms rolled through a little earlier on. You can see, as we were talking about a moment ago, still widely scattered showers and thunderstorms across the region. They'll continue to move from the northwest down toward the southeast, and that's going to be an event we'll have probably until the very early morning hours of Monday. What's the rest of the work week look like? Well, I'll have the complete details with the Storm Tracker forecast in just a bit. Zoe?
All right, thanks, Rob. Well, skiing in Montana on Father's Day. It's a thing. Well, Father's Day celebration had a little fun today with dads taking the stage for some relaxing entertainment here in Billings.
All I need from you is that same sweet loving song.
John Roberts performed at Seva Kitchen as part of the Father's Day acoustic brunch at Seva. He was the last of 3 acts that also included Wes Urbaniak and the duo of Harvey Singh and David Cleaves. Now, Singh is also the restaurant's owner and played some special songs in honor of his father.
My father passed away in March, so it's kind of a big deal. So a lot of songs from back in the day, you know, that just kind of reminded me of Dad. Oh, I love it. I mean, it's, you know, you're doing what you love, and the spirits are really high too. You know, you got a lot of dads getting treated to a brunch over here today, so it's just a good, happy, light feeling, and a beautiful day too. You know, so kind of perfect day.
You know, Seva Kitchen hosts acoustic brunches regularly with just 1 act on Sundays. Well, a 3-day fundraiser to help veterans finish this weekend in Billings and Helena. The Pints for Patriots and Paws pub crawl started on Thursday. Dog Tag Buddies train stray dogs to help veterans as companions or for therapy. 5 Billings craft breweries participated, including the Montana Brewing Company, Canyon Creek, Last Chance Cider Mill, Thirsty Street, and Uber Brew. And 3 others from Helena also served as one of the stops for the pub crawl.
It's a competition and a fundraiser for Dog Tag Buddies between Helena and Billings. We rescue dogs and we train them to be service dogs for veterans. It's amazing. The veterans with these dogs, they're more sociable, they're working in groups, so they're connecting with people that they're veterans like them, and they can form new groups and new friendships, and they really just open up way more than they were when they started. It's all because of the dogs, so that's really cool.
You know, in 3 years, Dog Tag Buddies has saved 40 dogs and helped 50 veterans. Well, stay with us. More to come on the 10 o'clock news. A mid-year meeting for ranchers in Miles City for the Montana Stock Growers Association. We introduce you to a country singer who entertained and inspired the ranchers. And later in sports, see what Billings Central is doing to combat concussions on the football field.
You're watching MTN News with Zoe Zandora. Storm Tracker weather with Rob Griggs. And sports with Casey Conlon. This is the 10 o'clock news on Q2, Montana's news leader.